Hello everyone. In the present video, I am going to discuss about Manuel Castells' theory of the information society. As we know, Manuel Castells is the most celebrated sociologist in contemporary time. His works like Information Society, Network Society mainly determines the development or emergence of digital sociology in contemporary time. And it is very difficult to summarize his extensive works. So this video will mainly focus on his idea of information society and how it emerged and how it is relevant in today's time. So there may be multiple parts of the video. So let's begin. Manuel Castells gave this concept of information society based on certain conditions of capitalist society, based on certain theoretical conditions of sociology. So initially he was not ready to use the term information society, rather he used the term information technology revolution. So he used the term information society similar to the industrial society which sociologists used previously. So in line with the industrial society, he tried to highlight the current or contemporary development of capitalist society with the term information society. So let's begin the discussion. What was the background of his theory of information society? It was mainly a shift in capitalist society. There was mainly two dimension of capitalist society, two part of the capitalist society, or we can say two opposite end of the capitalist society. So it was the time at the end of second millennium of Christian era, that is 1990s or 2000. That time there was a huge shift. What was the reason of that shift? That shift was because of the disintegration of USSR, communist USSR, failure of many communist movement across the world, and re-establishment or reconstruction of capitalism. So that was a point. Now to go more detail into this division or this contradiction, we can here highlight the Manuel Castells' understanding. That Manuel Castells found that there was two modes of production mainly. In capitalist society itself, in capitalist economy itself, there were two modes of production. What were these two modes of production? One was capitalist, another one was statism. That means statism was mainly dictatorial state, or like USSR and communist dictatorial state, where the economy was under the control of state. And capitalism was another mode of production where private ownership of means of production or private ownership of capital was the main basis of economy. So eventually what happened, due to the technological revolution that started in USA and then spread it to other parts of the world, so this technological revolution started change the capitalism and capitalist economy gradually. And over the period of time, various politico-economic shift and transformation reconstructed or helped the reconstruction or reorganization of capitalism. As I have already mentioned about the disintegration of USSR, failure of communist movement, which reduced the challenge towards capitalism, because statism was a contradictory challenge to capitalism. So that challenge got reduced due to the disintegration of USSR, failure of communist movement and all. So that was a very significant point in the development of capitalism further. we are coming into this point. So what happened, eventually capitalism got restructured. After the restructuring of capitalism, or in the process of this restructuring or reorganization of economy, there emerged informationalism according to Manuel Castells. What was this informationalism? It was mainly the information technology revolution. He described it as information technology revolution. This information technology revolution was the new development. He has mentioned about three modes of development mainly. What were these three modes of development? These three modes of development are agrarian, industrial, and informational. In the agrarian modes of development, mainly increasing of labor force determines the productivity. That is, production increased because of the increase of the labor force. In the industrial mode of development, productivity increased because of the introduction of new energy or developing the ability to decentralize the energy. In the informational mode of development, the productivity is mainly the production of knowledge and information, and production of knowledge and information is based on the technological development, that is development of information technology. Now point here is that this knowledge and information are common in all the three modes of development. But what is the uniqueness of this information and knowledge in the informational mode of development? The uniqueness is that in the informational mode of development, knowledge develops based on the knowledge. So knowledge is generated based on the knowledge itself. That means the knowledge generation, then information processing, and the symbolic communication. These are the three main processes of informationalism, that is informational mode of development. So in this mode of development, the knowledge is produced, information is produced, circulated, and these knowledge and information further produce knowledge and information. So in the information society, that is informational mode of development, the information communication technology plays a key role in the advancement or reorganization of capitalism. Now come to another important point: production. Production involves two important elements. One is human and another one is matter. Human are like collective producer. Human are collective producer. Collective producer again includes labor as well as organizer of the production. And matter includes nature, then man-made nature, then man-made infrastructure, then man-made materials, raw materials, natural resources, human nature, environment, and so on. So there is relation or integration of these two elements, and these two elements makes the production possible. Now there is a close relationship between labor and the matter. Means the production occurs because of the work of labor on matter, and in this process there may be manipulation, there may be modification, there may be alteration, change, transformation in the matter, and labor is again differentiated, diverse. It's not uniform or homogeneous. There is a stratification in the labor based on their skill, their qualification, their position, and their role in different aspects, different domains of the production. So here Manuel Castells said technology is one such form of relation. That is, technology connects the labor and the use of matter. Matter has to be used for production. Who produces? Labor, and organizer of the production. So technology connects. Technology mainly enables the laborers to use in more advanced way, to use the matter in more advanced way. So here in informational society, technology is the main basis of this labor and matter relationship. Manuel Castells tried to understand how a new form of capitalism emerged with the informationalism, with the information technology revolution, and what he termed as information society. Now come to the point of information society. Why it is called as information society? He was not actually ready to use this term, but he used it to maintain a pattern in the sociology. So in order to understand this usage of information society, we have to give reference to industrial society and sociology, that already given by many sociologists like Daniel Bell and all. So industrial society was again not a homogeneous or uniform society, but there were certain characterizing features, certain uniform features, certain conditions. So based on these conditions and features, a concept or a universal concept developed, that is industrial society. So similarly, in the advanced stage of capitalism, that is in the era of informationalism or in the era of information technology revolution, there is no homogeneity. All the societies of the world are not uniform, they are not similar, they are not equally transformed into informational, they are not equally transformed into the into the advanced capitalism or capitalist society. But there is a common pattern. There are certain conditions, certain characterizing features of the present era, of the era of informationalism, and that is the reason why Manuel Castells used this concept information society. So information society here does not mean a society which is very much homogeneous or similar or universal or uniform. No, all the societies of the world or societies across the world are not universal. There are variations, there are diversity, there are differentiation. So all the societies are not equally transformed into informational, transformed into the advanced capitalism. But this information society concept gives us the idea that how society is changing towards more advancement, more development, more progress, and how capitalism shifted from physical production to the production of information. Though physical production is there primarily, but today's capitalism mainly focused on the production of information, generation of knowledge, circulation of information and knowledge. So these information and knowledge becomes the primary basis of capitalism today, and that is the reason why this information society concept is relevant. Now if we relate or take the reference of this concept in digital sociology, so we find a concept, we find a narrative, that is digital society. So digital society is a new narrative, new concept developed, that many sociologists in contemporary time are arguing that today society is developed into digital society, but that does not mean that physical society disappeared. No, there is parallelly physical society and digital society going on. So we can take the reference of information society to understand or to explore the digital society. So this is how Manuel Castells understood the information society. So in the next video I will give more elaboration about the information processing in the information society. That is how information processing, knowledge generation and symbolic communication exist in the information society, and this is the main economic activity of current, present, contemporary capitalism or capitalist development. So this much is the present video. I will continue the discussion in the next video. Thank you very much.